and we're going to do a walkthrough. It would help I click, wouldn't it? All right. So, like I say, the anybody that wants to do the um, actual shell challenge on this, one of the biggest things is the um, skirts around the house. The Victorians were very, very common for the skirts and the grand entryways and what have you. And they would put this stuff, man. They would put it in small footprint houses, kind of like this one. Um, Thank you, sir. And they would have double stairways in some of the smallest houses. Thank you very much for following. I wish I could pronounce that name. I really do. Love this stream already. Well, thank you very much. But yeah, I'm touring. I'm touring one of my shell challenges that I put up. This is kind of my rendition of it, if you will. Um, Man, I appreciate that. I really do. I definitely do not do anything normal. Normal to me is boring. But I like to do walkthroughs so that I can upload the walkthrough to my YouTube channel. And one, yeah, one of the things you guys will notice, and a lot of my, a lot of the people that generally watch me on a daily basis love to give me hell for my lack of. There's a floating TV. I got that TV too high. Oh well. Um, they love to give me hell over my lack of decorating skills. I mean, really, I absolutely suck at decorating. All right, so we're gonna go up one of the stairwells, and like I say, the Victorians were real big on double stairwells. Now, generally what they would do, and you'll notice that I have um, two stairwells more or less leading into one, but they would have a double to three, a double stairwell, shit, wrong direction. They'd have a double stairwell leading into nowhere. Honestly. They were notorious for attic. They would take attics, not bother insulating them at all. They would stick coating on the wall. It was generally true fabric wallpaper in the Victorians. They would throw some paper up on the wall, man, and call it a bedroom. Honestly. I always just found that funny as hell. Hello, Emily. In and out cooking dinner. Well, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. The Victorians were also notorious for having decks that did nothing. Now, in later years, they would put plants on them, but they would generally have decks that did absolutely nothing. And So let's see here. We'll go back through the dining room. It's a little tight right here. I probably could have shrunk that down a little bit. And then, of course, out the back door. Now, one of the things that I would have done if I'd have spent a little more time decorating, I think, is I would have liked to made this more of a grand backyard, you know? And I apologize for my jerky walkthrough here. I've never been smooth. Um, but the backyard to the Victorians would generally be just as honestly just as boring as the front yard. Some of them had some really nice stuff in the backyard, but they never really actually did a whole lot with their yards. Seriously. But there's the walkthrough for the flared skirt house.